Have you ever wondered why the most prestigious schools in the world, Harvard, Eton, Phillips Exeter, Oxford, never offer a single class on how to actually become wealthy? They'll teach you calculus, physics, ancient literature, and even the mating habits of obscure insects. But not how to turn $1 into 10. And that's not some accidental gap in the syllabus. It's deliberate. The whole system is built to produce obedient professionals, not free, financially independent individuals. Today, I'm going to unpack why elite schools avoid wealth creation education, what they secretly teach instead, and how you can access, right now, the real playbook they keep behind closed doors. This isn't theory. You'll walk away from this with concrete, usable strategies that the wealthy pass down privately, and a link to download them in one place, free, inside the Elite Wealth Playbook. You'll find it in the description and on Substack. Let's start with the truth about elite schools. They're not designed to produce the smartest people in the world. They're designed to preserve the power of the people who are already at the top. Think about it. The children of billionaires and old money dynasties don't need to learn how to get rich from scratch. They already have the capital, the companies, the real estate, and the influence. What they need is continuity. They need to make sure their wealth survives recessions, tax changes, and political shifts. They need to keep their network tight and their access to information even tighter. So what does the curriculum focus on? Not wealth creation, but wealth protection and expansion. They're taught cultural codes, the unwritten rules of how to signal credibility and belonging in high-status rooms. They're trained to navigate exclusive networks without ever appearing opportunistic. They learn how to recognize opportunity hidden inside casual conversations, gala dinners, and charity boards. And here's something you'll never see on a school timetable: the 3 wealth layers, a concept the ultra-rich operate by every day. Control layer, owning the entities that actually hold the assets. This includes voting shares, trusts, foundations, and complex legal structures. Protection layer, guarding that wealth from lawsuits, political risk, and taxation through international structuring and insurance products. Multiplication layer, accessing deal flow in private equity, early-stage ventures, and exclusive investments the public never hears about. Now tell me, when was the last time your school taught you how to structure a trust, protect your capital offshore, or participate in a private equity round? Exactly. So why hide this knowledge? Because if every graduate could create and protect wealth at the same level, the power gap between the elite and everyone else would shrink dramatically. And the system, the one that depends on a constant supply of skilled, obedient professionals, would collapse. It's why even high-achieving graduates often end up with degrees instead of dividends. They can write an award-winning paper on 18th century literature, but they can't explain how to structure a tax-efficient property portfolio. The wealthy understand something most people don't. Wealth creation is not just about making money, it's about positioning yourself so that wealth finds you. In the Elite Wealth Playbook, one of the core frameworks is called network leverage. Here's how it works. Identify a small group of people who already have access to the capital, knowledge, or influence you want. Offer them something of high value that costs you less to give than it's worth to them. Introductions, data, expertise, deal access become indispensable. Over time, you inherit their network and their deal flow. This is why a single lunch can sometimes be more valuable than a year's salary. The right relationship can open doors to opportunities no amount of cold outreach could buy. Let's go deeper. In the playbook, there's a section called Compounding Beyond Money. Because here's a truth you rarely hear. The rich don't just compound cash. They compound assets you can't see on a balance sheet. Reputation compounds when you consistently deliver value in high-trust circles. Doors that once took years to open start swinging open on their own. Access compounds when your network sees you as a person worth inviting to closed-room discussions. Leverage points compound when you master tools, skills, and systems that multiply your output without multiplying your effort. This is why a respected founder can lose everything and rebuild faster than someone who wins the lottery. Now for some of the actual wealth plays the elite run straight from the playbook. Asset stacking. Owning complementary assets that strengthen each other. For example, a media company that promotes the owner's investment fund. Each asset feeds the other's growth. The 10% rule. Allocating a fixed slice of income into high upside opportunities, private placements, venture deals, distressed asset buys. High risk, high reward, but strategically capped. The debt flip, using other people's money, banks' investors, to acquire appreciating, income-producing assets while keeping your own capital invested elsewhere. Opportunity tunnels, creating a role where opportunities naturally flow to you, as a broker, consultant, or connector in a high-value niche. The quiet exit, structuring your business so it can be sold to insiders tax efficiently, preserving both capital and control. Here's the kicker. None of these require you to have gone to an elite school, but you do need the mindset and the strategies. The biggest shift? Stop thinking like an employee. Employees trade time for money. Owners trade systems, capital, and influence for more capital. The earlier you adopt that frame, the faster you'll see opportunities others miss. The Elite Wealth Playbook distills this into a roadmap you can actually follow, building an asset base from zero, creating self-sustaining income streams, structuring for protection before growth, leveraging relationships for deal flow, scaling without losing control. And here's why you need to act now. The system isn't going to change in your favor. Schools will keep producing professionals, not wealth creators, so you can either play the game they've set for you or start playing the one they play behind closed doors. The link to download the Elite Wealth Playbook is in the description and on Substack. It's free, it's powerful, and it's everything they didn't teach you in school for a reason, because the classroom was never designed to make you wealthy. That's your job. Now you have the rules. Before we wrap up, I want to give you one last piece, something I call the unwritten laws of wealth. These are rules the elite live by, but you won't find in any financial textbook. Rule number 1, never be the smartest in the room. Be in the room where the smartest people want you there. That's how influence compounds faster than your bank balance. Rule number 2, protect the downside before chasing the upside. The wealthy are obsessed with risk mitigation. If a deal can wipe you out, it's not a deal, it's a gamble. Rule number 3, buy access before assets. A single introduction into the right circle can lead to opportunities that outperform any stock, property, or crypto bet. Rule number 4, invisible wealth is safer than visible wealth. Flash attracts envy and regulation. The most powerful money is the kind you don't post on Instagram. When you start operating by these rules, even on a small scale, you'll notice you're no longer playing the same game as most people around you. And that's exactly what the Elite Wealth Playbook is about. Stepping into the game that was designed for the few and making it work for you.